so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
In just a minute. Just make sure you watch this short video all the way to the end today. As I said, my name is Mary Lee, and while I'm known among the top performers across the globe for being the go-to brain coach, it wasn't always this way, and it was only made possible thanks to the nighttime brain-building routine I accidentally discovered. You see, I grew up poor. We lived in the projects and never had any money to spare. Our main source of calories was white rice. We never went on a vacation. And sometimes the power would be cut off because we were behind on the bill. But nonetheless, I was ambitious. I saw the toll that poverty took on my mother and father, and I vowed to break the cycle of despair. I had a dream to study psychology at Harvard and become a leading expert in the field. But those dreams are hard to achieve when you come from poverty. So, after I toiled and worked my butt off to get through school, I applied to Harvard, hoping I would be granted acceptance and a scholarship. And then the day came. There was a letter in the mail from the dean himself. My hands shook as I opened the envelope, afraid of what I might find inside. And I almost fell to the floor when I saw that I had been accepted. I couldn't believe it. All the hard work was paying off, and I was going to achieve my dream. Or so I thought. There was only one problem. While I had been accepted into the school, there was no scholarship available for me. I had to pony up $89,000 in just a few short months if I wanted to attend. My heart sank. It seemed impossible. There was no way I was going to come up with that money. But instead of moping around, I got to work. I wrote letters to government officials begging for money. Nothing. I focused on using the law of attraction to make the $89,000 come to me. Nothing. I tried meditating for hours a day while attempting to manifest the money into my life. Nothing. Well, nothing but frustration anyway. No matter what I did, I wasn't getting any closer to my goal. Until it all came to a head that fateful day. The money was due in only 9 days, and I was still pretty much flat broke. And that's when my father told me about the job at the factory. The one he had lined up for me, since it was clear I wasn't going to be able to come up with the money to attend Harvard. And if that weren't bad enough, another blow came that same day. My boyfriend decided to dump me later that evening. I guess he didn't want to be with a loser. It felt like I'd reached rock bottom. My entire future had been turned upside down in a day. It was too much for me to process, so I ran into the streets. I just ran and ran until it felt like my lungs and heart were both going to explode. And then I'd reached a little park that I knew about. Little did I know, that trip to the park would change the course of my entire life. Frankly, I had no idea why I was there or what I was expecting to find. I just had to get away. Plus, it always felt like the park had a peaceful energy to it. Just being there made me feel a bit calmer. After all, I was a mess. I'd been ugly crying for hours, and my mascara was running down my cheeks. I just felt so defeated. I was just about to give up the whole idea that I could actually attend Harvard. There was just no way I was going to be able to come up with the money now. I sat down on a bench underneath some shady trees and cried some more. I'd worked so hard just to get to this point, just to get accepted into Harvard. And now my dreams all came to an abrupt halt. Then a voice startled me.
Is everything all right?
I hadn't even noticed that a woman sat down beside me. She had a soft glow about her and seemed friendly and inviting. I wiped my tears away and told her I was fine. But as she peered into my eyes and asked the next question, well, it's hard to explain, but it felt like she was peering into my soul, almost like she already knew exactly why I was crying.
Are you sure, honey? My name is Janet. Would you like a tissue?
And it was at that moment that I noticed her necklace glinting in the sunlight. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. She had a Harvard charm on a chain around her neck. I looked back up at her, my eyes as big as saucers, and completely spilled my guts. Told her about my journey, how thrilled I was when I got into Harvard, and how soul-crushing it felt, trying to come up with the tuition money and coming up empty-handed, and with only a short time left until my first semester was due to start. The task seemed impossible at this point. After I'd spilled my guts to Janet, I felt a bit lighter. It's hard to explain just how relieving it felt to get it off my chest. It felt so amazing, like I just liberated myself from a heavy burden. Maybe it was because this woman was actually listening and really seemed to care. I don't know. And as great as that felt, it pales in comparison to what was to come. Because what happened next is where the story really gets crazy. After telling Janet my whole story, she smiled and asked if I could answer a few questions for her. She said she might be able to help me. I had nothing to lose, and she seemed friendly enough, so I figured, why not? And after 5 minutes of seemingly random questions about myself, Janet told me she knew why I wasn't able to come up with the money I needed. She went on.
You're stuck in the lowest level of manifestation ability, manifestation level 1.0. There are 3 levels of manifestation ability, and you need to be at least at level 2.0 to really manifest anything in your life. But level 3.0 is where the real magic happens. And I can help you get there, thanks to a nighttime brain-building ritual I discovered while at Harvard myself. More on that in a minute. But first, I need to explain a couple of things to you, because like I said, you're stuck at the lowest level there is, which is why your efforts have been fruitless up till now. It's not your fault though, dear. Here's the problem. As we age, certain parts of our brain shrink. Specifically, the frontal cortex. Thing is, the frontal cortex controls a bunch of important functions. So the fact that it's shrinking is bad news. It's the reason our memory gets worse as we age. And it's the same reason most people can't manifest their way out of a wet paper bag. They're stuck in what I call manifestation level 1.0. This is where you're at. Let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of neuroplasticity?
I just shook my head no, staring at Janet, wide-eyed.
It's the name scientists gave to the idea that the structure of our brains changes over time, meaning new neural pathways are formed as we age and others fade away over time. And study after study has shown that we strengthen whichever neural pathways we use most often. Of course, the opposite is true of the ones we don't use. They weaken and weaken until they reach the point of being pretty much useless. And unless you've been practicing manifestation since birth, those neural pathways are pretty much dead by the time you're a teenager. So that part of your brain isn't working as well anymore. And in this case, it's causing your frontal cortex to shrink. But luckily, modern science has shown that there's a way to change your brain. And I mean, literally, change your brain in the physical sense, so that your brain actually grows in the parts that are lacking. Literally, making your brain bigger. And in our case, we're talking about the frontal cortex, the part that controls your manifestation abilities. But there are 2 ways to do it. The easy way, which also happens to be way faster, or the hard way, the traditional way. Check this out. A 2005 Harvard study shows that meditation can literally restructure your brain so that you can revive the dead neural pathways that you haven't used in years, which actually thickens your brain, literally growing your brain, making it larger. And this is how you can regrow your frontal cortex. In fact, studies have shown that 50-year-old meditators had the same amount of gray matter as 25-year-olds. That gray matter being the frontal cortex. And thanks to modern technology such as fMRI machines, We can now see with our own eyes what regrowing your brain actually looks like, which is where the term gray matter comes from. Why is this important? Well, it's simple, really. You see, we are all born with the ability to manifest abundance into our lives. It's a gift the universe gave to us. Problem is, modern society has all but forgotten about this. So most people are stuck at the manifestation level 1 because we've ignored how the universe intended things to be, and we went and screwed things up. Until we got to where we are today. Today's attitude is work harder. But working hard isn't how money is actually made. It's a lie modern society has sold us. One that the 1%ers want us to believe so they can keep a death grip on their massive wealth. Ever wonder how CEOs and Instagram influencers can make millions each year by only working a few hours a week, while you see others working 60, 70, 80 plus hours a week and yet are barely scraping by? Because, like I was saying, that's not how real wealth is made.
That's where I had to butt in. But Janet, I've tried meditation and nothing happened for me. And I definitely don't have the time now. The money is due in 9 days.
Exactly. That's exactly the problem. A famous Harvard neuroscientist, Sarah L., says that it takes at least 8 weeks of intense meditation to start seeing growth in the brain. And 98% of people quit before they see any results, staying stuck at manifestation level 1.0. So while it's great that meditation has that kind of power, it's useless if 98% of the population can't do it. And the folks who really need it the most are so busy working, they don't have time to master meditation anyway. That's where this nighttime brain-building bedtime routine comes in, because it automatically does the work for you, restructuring your brain and growing your frontal cortex, so you can upgrade your manifestation ability to the next level. All you need to do is throw these audio tracks on when you lay down to go to sleep, and they put your brain into meditation mode automatically, which is great news for the 98% of us that will never master meditation. That way, you're actually able to upgrade your manifestation level. Remember how I said there are 3 levels of manifestation ability? There are 3 different doors you can walk through when you go to communicate with the universe, all depending on what level you're at, 1.0, 2.0, or 3.0. And this nighttime brain building routine will not only upgrade your manifestation level automatically, it does so much faster than meditation would. This is like meditation on steroids without any of the work. Because to really manifest any type of abundance at all, you need to be at least at manifestation level 2.0. But the 3rd level is where the magic really happens, where you'll be able to manifest pretty much anything you want. If you're interested in having more than just the basics, all of this is possible because of this nighttime brain-building routine that grows your frontal cortex for you while you sleep. And once those neural pathways are functional again, you'll be able to manifest anything your heart desires.
I sat there for a moment, silent. I'm pretty sure my mouth was wide open as I stared at Janet in near disbelief. But the woman went to Harvard herself. Why would she make this up? And why did she give off such positive energy? I'd never met anyone with an aura that I could practically see. Besides, at this point, I was desperate. So I asked Janet if she would share this nighttime brain-building routine with me. She smiled and said she was hoping I'd ask her that. Then she reached in her bag and pulled something out. She handed me an old-school CD and told me to play it when I laid down to go to sleep. I kind of giggled, since I hadn't seen a CD in years. But luckily, I still had a CD player at home. I thanked her, grabbed her contact info, and started running back to my house. And when I got home, I threw the CD in and just sat there for a minute. Am I crazy? Can this really be legit? Could it really be as easy as Janet made it sound? But once again, what did I really have to lose? So I turned off the lights, pressed play, and laid in bed. The tracks on the CD were hardly noticeable, but were incredibly soothing. So I fell asleep rather quickly. I woke the next day feeling surprisingly refreshed after all I'd been through the day before. And I wondered to myself, would I be able to upgrade my manifestation level in just a short time? Would any money come in today? I got right to work first thing that morning. I started writing emails, this time to a connection that Janet had at the Catholic Church in town. then to a wealthy donor who had a library named in his honor. I even wrote to psychology foundations, telling them my story. Before I knew it, night had crept in. I'd spent the whole day writing emails begging people for donations so that I could attend Harvard. Even though I'd had no success before, I was hoping this time would be different. It was bedtime, so I went to play the CD again. But I stood there for a minute, thinking I was a whole day closer to the deadline and I hadn't gotten 1 cent closer to my goal. Feeling discouraged, I hit play anyway and went to sleep. I was jarred awake by the sound of the phone ringing, and I couldn't believe what the voice on the other end was telling me. It was an anonymous donor wanting to mail me a check for $6,500. After I hung up, I just sat there for a minute, my head spinning. What had changed? I wasn't able to manifest a dime before, and I already had $6,500 before the sun even rose. Of course, I still had a long way to go, but what if I kept doing the nighttime brain-building routine that Janet shared with me? Could I really reach manifestation level 2.0 or even 3.0? But then the next day, I woke up to an email saying the priest from the Catholic Church had $10,000 he'd been wanting to donate to a special cause, and he'd chosen me. The replies kept flooding in. It felt like I was witnessing a miracle in the works. By the time the tuition was due for Harvard, I had $86,534 in my bank account. I called up Janet, tears of joy streaming down my face. I was going to Harvard! But deep down, I felt guilty. Why should I keep this amazing secret all to myself? I asked Janet if we could share this nighttime brain-building routine with the world. But to my surprise, she said no, saying I had to focus on my studies at Harvard, not spreading a global message that would take up all of my time and energy. So we came to an agreement. If I graduated from Harvard, we could share the nighttime brain-building routine with the rest of the world. It was on. Well, I've graduated from Harvard, and that's why you're seeing this webpage today. And I've worked with Janet and a top-notch recording team to switch the tracks from CD to digital form. After testing them on dozens of people, we're thrilled to introduce Manifestation 3.0, the only manifestation program that addresses the root cause of our poor manifestation abilities, your shrinking frontal cortex. And I'm proud to say that Manifestation 3.0 is backed up by research from my alma mater, Harvard University. But Manifestation 3.0 is only available here on this website, at least for now. If you can see this page today, you are blessed. Because the sad part is, there are people out there who don't want this information revealed. The 1%ers, who desperately want to keep 99% of the wealth for themselves. Afraid that once the rest of the population catches on to the real secret to manifesting wealth, or whatever else your heart desires, that they won't be sitting on the top anymore. So, there's a real possibility this page won't be up much longer. That's why I'm urging you to take action right away, so you're not left sitting on the outside, all because these powerful people got their way. Now, Manifestation 3.0 is not something that takes 8 weeks to start seeing results, and you sure as heck don't have to master anything. All you do is follow this simple nighttime brain-building routine, and it will put your brain in meditation mode automatically, literally growing your frontal cortex in your sleep and upgrading your manifestation level effortlessly until you reach the magic zone of Manifestation Level 3.0, where anything you can dream up can become reality. Now, everyone's time frame for reaching Manifestation 3.0 is a little bit different, but I promise you will experience results, so you can start manifesting a life of abundance like the universe intended us to, now that you are growing and using your frontal lobe again. Because, as I said earlier, Manifestation 3.0 is the only manifestation program on the planet that addresses this root problem, regrowing the neural pathways in the frontal lobe of your brain, which actually causes that frontal lobe to grow itself, turning you into a manifestation machine without wasting months on end mastering meditation, or without wasting tons of money on any of the get-rich-quick schemes that are all over the internet, and certainly without having to work any harder. In fact, with Manifestation 3.0, you don't have to do any work at all. All you do is throw on these audio tracks when you go to sleep, and these carefully engineered sounds take care of it for you, putting your brain into hyper-meditation mode while you sleep. It's as easy as hitting the play button. I'm thrilled to be able to deliver this amazing news to you today. But there is one thing I need to warn you about. There are some well-known manifestation gurus who want this website taken down. Specifically, those who make a ton of money selling lengthy meditation programs. Apparently, they don't like that we've found a way to replicate meditation without the long, drawn-out classes. and without all the hard work that 98% of people will never master anyway. I'm not going to name any names here, but it's a shame these folks care more about making money than helping people. Nonetheless, I urge you to err on the side of caution. The fact that you can see this webpage right now is great news for you. These gurus have hired hackers and have already tried crashing this site a couple of times. My advice is to claim your copy of Manifestation 3.0 right now while you have the chance. I honestly don't know how much longer you'll be able to find this. So it's imperative you take action today, even if you think you want Manifestation 3.0. Look, I'm on a personal mission here. I want as many people as possible to get their hands on this incredible breakthrough. It makes my heart heavy to think about all the people out there not living out their dreams. All because modern society has lost its way and all but forgotten about how we used to use manifestation. I wanted to study psychology at Harvard so I could help people. And since discovering the power behind Manifestation 3.0, I can't imagine anything that would help people more. And unlike the gurus that are trying to have my website taken off the internet, I'm not in this for the money. Frankly, as someone who's already at Manifestation Level 3.0, I don't really need the money. What drives me is my mission. My mission to help as many people live the life they were meant to live, the way the universe intended for us to live. And after seeing the amazing results from the initial round of testing, I couldn't be more excited to share Manifestation 3.0 with the rest of the world. Take Melissa from LA, for example. This program changed my entire life. Before trying Manifestation 3.0, I was living in a homeless shelter. No matter what I did, I couldn't even manifest as much as a hot meal. Now I'm living in a luxury condo in Venice Beach, California, overlooking the ocean. All because I was able to start manifesting abundance for the first time in my life. Thank you so much, Mary. Or James from Virginia Beach. I never believed in manifestation before. I thought it was all woo-woo crap. But seeing all the evidence from Harvard researchers made me curious. So I gave it a shot anyway. And boy, am I glad I did. I was able to manifest my dream job in just a matter of days. My life will never be the same with this power in my back pocket. Then there's Barbara from Portland. When I met Mary, I was going through my third divorce. I'd always been in abusive relationships and just wanted to be with someone that loved me. Then she told me about her new manifestation program. I really didn't believe in manifestation before, but I figured, what the heck? Let me just say that it was a lifesaver for me. Now I'm engaged to my soulmate, and I couldn't be happier. It's amazing to me that you can actually manifest your soulmate into your life like this. This is truly an incredible life-changing program. After the initial testing, I received email after email from folks telling me how it's completely transformed their lives. And because of the mind-blowing results, many people have suggested we sell this program for upwards of $10,000. But when you invest in yourself today, it won't cost you anywhere near that. In fact, it won't even be a fraction of that. Since my mission in life is to help as many people as possible, I've made the price insanely low. So there's no barrier for folks who want to transform their lives. That's why I've lowered the investment down all the way to less than $50. It's just enough to cover our expenses to create the product and the maintenance to keep this website up, despite the attacks from hackers. But still low enough to make this a no-brainer for pretty much anyone who isn't living a perfect life already. Plus, when you consider that I normally charge clients $5,000 per session just to work with me for an hour. Folks like Olympians, Fortune 500 CEOs, Navy SEALs, and other high performers, by the way. Or you could buy one of the lengthy and expensive programs that the manifestation gurus sell for thousands of dollars. But I've gone out of my way to make Manifestation 3.0 affordable to pretty much anyone. That's why you can invest in yourself today, the ridiculously low investment of less than half a Benjamin. But you know what? I didn't stop there, because along the way, I came across some pretty cool additions that complement Manifestation 3.0 perfectly. So I've decided to include them with your investment today as free bonuses. Another downfall to the modern world is an abundance of stress. Unfortunately, society has normalized the constant pressure cooker we live in. So now it's almost a point of pride to be stressed to the max. But it's not the way we used to live. Humans were really designed to shoulder the kind of stress that modern living has pushed on us. And it's taking a toll on us. And while boosting your manifestation level will certainly help relieve some stress, we are still living in a crazy, stressful world. So I decided to throw a little bonus for anyone who invests in Manifestation 3.0. You see, science has shown that certain sounds from nature have a calming effect on us humans, lowering stress levels and the release of cortisol, which has negative effects on our bodies, like weight gain, brain fog, etc. So I had the best quality recording made up by the top sound engineers on the planet, capturing the most relaxing sounds from nature and converting them to a digital track that you can listen to anywhere, anytime. It wasn't cheap, so I normally sell them for $69 on another website I own. But it's yours free when you invest in Manifestation 3.0 today. But I didn't stop there. Sleep is yet another victim of modern times. It's affecting us much the same way that stress is. A bunch of zombies walking around overstressed and sleep deprived. If it's been a while since you've gotten a really good night's sleep, let me tell you, it is a game changer. That's why I've decided to throw in another bonus for you today. Digital tracks that are designed to put you to sleep fast. These cutting-edge audio tracks are engineered to actually slow your brain waves down, putting you into a deep sleep quickly and safely. No dangerous pills needed. I call it Sleep Accelerator. I normally charge $49 just for these sleep-inducing tracks alone, but they're yours free today when you place your order for Manifestation 3.0. There's one last thing I want to throw in since you're committing to changing the course of your life. It's a track I had engineered to help ease anxiety, because even though the changes coming into your life will be overwhelmingly good, life change still creates anxiety. Achieving your dreams still brings anxiety with it, which can suck some of the joy out of your life when you should be feeling elated. And I wanted to calm my nerves before going on big trips or going into important business meetings. That's why I created Anxiety Tamer, an audio track that tames your anxiety while major life changes are happening. I was originally going to sell it alone for $49, but it's yours free as a bonus when you invest in Manifestation 3.0 today. And just to be clear, you get Manifestation 3.0 and these 3 bonuses all for just less than $50 today. So, if you'd like to reach Manifestation Level 3.0 yourself and score the amazing 3 bonuses for free, click the Add to Cart button that's below this video right now. When you do, you'll arrive on a checkout page where you'll enter the order info. And rest assured that your info is 100% safe and secure with us. We've hired the best ex-military encryption coders to ensure our site is secure. After you enter your info and hit submit, you'll arrive at a page where you can download your copy, and you'll have immediate access to Manifestation 3.0. That's one of the reasons we wanted to make this a digital product, because you'll be able to download it and start using Manifestation 3.0 today. Talk about an immediate return on your investment, which brings me to one more thing. The very mention of the word investment. I know that word can immediately trigger fear for some folks, because some people just think risk when they hear the word investment. But that's not the kind of investment you're making today. Yes, you are investing in yourself, in your family, and in your future, so that you can live a better life sooner than later. But there's absolutely no risk involved with this investment. In fact, I'm giving you a 1-year, 100% money-back guarantee when you invest in Manifestation 3.0 today. I want to make the decision as easy as possible for you today. That's why I've decided to shoulder all the risks here. While I'm confident that you will have amazing results just like the other people you've read about today, I want to make sure you feel comfortable when you make this small investment today. So if at any time in the next year you decide that you're not getting your money's worth out of Manifestation 3.0, simply shoot me an email and I will refund you right away. No questions asked. Who knows? Maybe you're not ready for that kind of life transformation right now, and that's okay. So I want to make sure you're not risking any of your hard-earned dough on something you're not quite ready for, which means you really have nothing to lose, making this as much of a no-brainer as possible. So when you're ready, go ahead and click the Add to Cart button below, and you'll have Manifestation 3.0 downloaded within minutes, so that you can finally open up the flow of wealth and abundance into your life, and begin living a life of true freedom and happiness, all at no risk to you. Now, I understand taking action can be scary, but what's scarier to me is not taking action, especially when it's a safe, calculated action, like investing in Manifestation 3.0, which is 100% risk-free. Look, you have 2 paths in front of you right now. The first path is to just continue on the way you have been. Keep doing what you've been doing, and continue to block the flow of wealth and abundance in your life. And guess what? Nothing is going to change. Things will just keep going as they were going. But now you have a second path, one that you've never seen before. And while this path is unfamiliar, it's filled with unimaginable abundance. It's impossible to describe how it feels to not have to worry about money anymore. It's so incredibly liberating and uplifting. It's the life of true freedom that the universe intended for us before all this modernization ruined things. If you want that life of true freedom and happiness for your family, there's really no other option. And frankly, I think we both know that it's no coincidence that you landed on this page today. So, if you're ready to embrace your new life of abundance, take a deep breath and click the Add to Cart button below this video. I cannot wait to see what's in store for you. And just one last reminder that this page probably won't be on the internet much longer. The manifestation gurus I was telling you about earlier have already crashed this site once, but their tactics are becoming more advanced, and I don't know if or when I'll be able to get this up and running again. So I urge you to take action right now, since you still can. After all, when you say yes to Manifestation 3.0 today, you're really only taking it for a test drive, thanks to our 100% money-back guarantee. So don't let the greedy corporate suits win. Click the button below to secure your copy of Manifestation 3.0 now. Still here? I get it. You probably have some questions. So I'll take a minute and cover the most common ones we get right now. Question: I've tried manifestation programs before and none of them worked. What makes this one different? That's because Manifestation 3.0 is the only program that focuses on the root cause of our manifestation problems, regrowing your frontal cortex and reviving those dead neural pathways. Any other approach isn't going to work because they aren't focused on what's causing the actual problem. Manifestation 3.0 regrows your frontal cortex while you're sleeping so you can start manifesting the life of your dreams. Question: Is Manifestation 3.0 scientifically proven to work? Absolutely. Manifestation 3.0 is based on research from Harvard University, in addition to well-established brain researches. There have been studies all over the world showing the benefits of improving our frontal cortex function. Question: What if I decide it's not right for me? The first step would be to contact us so that we can help you determine if you're using the program correctly. But remember, you literally take zero risk with Manifestation 3.0. You have a full 365-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If at any point during the 1 year you decide it's not for you, you can request a full refund. Every penny. No hassle, not a single question. You don't even have to return the product. Your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. Question: What will happen to all the other manifestation material I've learned? Well, right now your manifestation level is part of what's holding you back. Until you raise your manifestation ability to the next level. Then, watch out. With a higher manifestation ability, your frontal cortex will activate much of that previous learning and training. The sky's the limit. Question: How soon should I expect results? Every person is different, and every brain responds differently to Manifestation 3.0. Some experience powerful results the very first moment they put their headphones on. Others take some time. We ask that you use as directed for a few days before you fully evaluate your results. Keep this in mind. The results become cumulative. The longer and more consistently you use Manifestation 3.0, the more dramatic your results will be. Question: Are there any harmful side effects with Manifestation 3.0? None. The only warning is to not use Manifestation 3.0 while driving a vehicle or operating equipment. Question: I'm not sure if I want Manifestation 3.0 today. Can I come back and get it later? Once you leave this page today, I can't guarantee that you'll ever be able to get Manifestation 3.0 ever again. As I mentioned earlier, there are manifestation gurus out there that want this page shut down as soon as possible. This program could literally put them out of business, and they don't want to see their multi-million-dollar cash cow to go away. That's why I'm giving you a 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're not sure today, you can go ahead and claim your copy of Manifestation 3.0 at no risk to you. If you decide that it's not for you, I'll refund your money, no question asked. So there's literally no risk to say yes today.